Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down under the mat and Happy New Year 2026. Mr. Dan Danielson to my left. I'm Roddy Reece, here to talk all things professional wrestling. It's nice to be back on board.
I haven't seen you all year.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Good joke.
Been a while.
What a great joke. Good start.
It actually has been a while. It's been a couple of weeks since we recorded.
It
Hope you've
has.
been enjoying the Jeopardy podcast episodes. They were pretty fun.
Yeah.
Albeit some of the answers were a bit stupid.
Some of them were, and obviously we got a few people in the comments and our Discord telling us how stupid we were to not know that Kurt Angle was a GM of both Raw and SmackDown at certain periods of his career.
Look. Well, he was GM during arguably one of the worst periods in WWE history in the modern era. So forgive me for forgetting that he was Raw GM.
But no, the Jeopardy episodes are fun. Go have a look at them on our YouTube. Make sure when you do, you like and you subscribe and you get us 1,000 followers.
Yeah.
We are.
Maybe we'll get there by the end of this year because we didn't make the goal for last year.
We've tried a few
which
times.
was unfortunate. It's all good. I think we're like 53
Yeah, we're
away.
close.
Getting there.
How was your break, Reece?
Good. We travelled to Sydney for PWA, Mounties Mania, was it? Yeah. So it was nice to catch up with Dropouts and Robbie and Shay and everyone there. Got to see a few new people as well. We had Noel and Ali Catch over from Texas in the United States. And that Noel dude was
He's a big boy.
huge. I think he was billed at 6'7".
And we took Editor Luke's kids, and this is what all they were doing
Yeah.
the whole weekend.
It was a good show. Good show. Good to have the kids on board because Lockie was there with his cousins.
Yeah, it's
So,
great fun.
great
And,
time
and that's
all
what
around.
those Mountie shows are like they're the family shows. So you've
Yeah.
got all the kids that are going there. Obviously, the first match was Mana and Manoush, and they have a very loud family that were always there.
Yeah, thank God we were on the opposite side of the room of them this time. Because
But yeah, it's good fun. Good fun going to the family shows. And if you are, like we've said this on all our podcasts, if you can support local wrestling, go out and watch their shows because they put in a lot of effort and a lot of time. And a really fun show for the kids in these sort of ones. And then PWA have got their upcoming Hottest 100 show, which is the Black Label League All Ages.
Yeah.
And then our other local Slam have their Rumble coming up in
Keen
February.
for that.
So we're very keen for that one. So
It's going to be that there is going to be a busy 7 days because we've got the Slam Rumble on. The following Friday is PWA Coliseum, who Ben Braxton finally gotten into the Coliseum after
ruins all our jokes.
that little cohort of loyal followers that have done Braxton for Coliseum 21 cross, 22 cross, 23, and so on. So he's finally there. He's the first official competitor in PWA Coliseum. So we'll be going to that show on the Friday, the 13th of February. And then Saturday, the 14th is AEW Grand Slam Sydney. So that's going to be a busy 7 days of wrestling.
It will be.
And we're going to have to fit in Raw and SmackDown on top of that.
And Valentine's Day. So you're going to have to give me presents because it's my birthday. Get it? It's funny. It's my name. Anyway.
All right. Do you want to talk about what you did during the holidays? Because we kind of just talked about wrestling. I set up the nursery. The baby's due in
That's cute. What did I do?
nearly 2 months.
Did a bit of gardening. Got Lockie another mountain bike. So he's out bike riding.
Oh, is that where it is?
Yeah. Cleaned up Madison Square Garage a little bit. It's a little bit cleaner in here now.
You can't tell because it's everything hiding off camera.
Yeah, we've got like a whole wall of all of our posters over there.
All the Slam posters that they've done over the year.
Quite nice.
Where's Dazza been? I haven't seen him for
I don't know.
so long.
Yeah. Poor Ted missing his mate Dazza.
Yeah.
But no, just a fairly quiet holidays and stuff for me. So hanging out with family and stuff. So keen for this week's Raw after this week's SmackDown because the wrestling scene over Christmas is generally fairly quiet. And I mean, AEW had World's End, which had some really fun matches on it. We'll talk about that in a second as well.
Yeah.
That it was a really good event, but like it kind of was just like an island in amongst a couple of weeks of just I don't care about wrestling right now.
Yeah, pretty much. And it
now,
was the premier wrestling over the holiday period.
Yeah, and now you got SmackDown back with a million debuts and people coming out to the main roster, a whole bunch of stuff happening.
To 3 hours too.
Oh, don't talk about the 3 hours.
How great.
Thing. And then Raw on Monday is going to be the Stranger Things crossover. I did watch the finale of Stranger Things. I am up to date with that season. You haven't watched it. You don't watch Stranger Things.
Look, I did back when it started, and I think I got like halfway through season 3 and then just lost interest.
Yeah, that's where Lockie's at the moment, season 3.
Yeah.
You got to push through because season 4 is the best season.
Well, yeah, I've heard that, but also I'm going to start watching with the wife because she also did the same thing. She started season 1, wasn't overly thrilled with it, and then never went back. So
yeah, go and watch it. I mean, hopefully they don't spoil too much of it on Raw, but I'm guessing they'll have crossovers and different things.
Oh, I've seen tons of shit spoiled on social media anyway.
But I'm interested to see what they do with Raw because I've heard stories that there's Millie Bobby Brown, who plays 11 from Stranger Things, is going to be on the show. And there's rumors. I've seen 2 different posts. One post saying she's going to have a big segment with AJ Lee, which will set up a push for her for WrestleMania. I've also seen the same post that's saying she's going to have a big push for WrestleMania with the segment with Liv Morgan.
Who's going to be? I feel like Liv's the more logical choice.
I agree.
Because if you're promoting it as Stranger Things and Raw, and you've got Millie Bobby Brown, who will be cheered by the audience,
yes,
you want a heel to come in and ruin that.
Yes.
Enter Liv Morgan.
I think that's probably the smarter way of playing it.
Yeah.
I also don't necessarily think you need the push from AJ, like for AJ Lee.
No.
I think if AJ Lee just shows up, she's getting the
she's the name already.
Yeah. But I'm interested. Triple H, I think he put his post out this morning saying that, Stranger Things is coming to Raw to shift everything upside down.
Uh-huh.
So I get the whole upside down. That I get the crossover.
Who is going to descend from the ceiling upside down?
I don't know, but I feel like Bron Breakker is beating CM Punk, and that is shifting the entire championship universe upside down.
Yes. He just knocked over his boy.
That was way more dramatic than I wanted it to be. Sorry, Punker, but that was my point.
On that, let's talk about that because we've had last week on Raw, Punk wasn't there. So Bron Breakker cut a huge promo.
2 weeks ago. Yep.
Yeah. Well, 2 weeks ago by the time this goes out. Bron Breakker cut a great promo again without CM Punk. But this week on Raw, last week, they went face to face and head to head on the microphone as well, with Bron holding his own.
Absolutely held his own.
Yeah.
I think this was a really good. The last 2 weeks has been really good to show Bron as someone capable of holding his own in that main event scene. We all know he could do it in the ring.
Yep.
We know how talented he is. We know how good his spear is. We know how athletic he is. But you take away Heyman and you make him the mouthpiece. Can Bron stand toe-to-toe with someone like CM Punk? And this week, he showed, yeah, I can. Everyone, him saying that he's like the new guy. And the point that I think that he made so well in that promo that I really enjoyed was that, yes, he has been, spoon-fed his career. He is a Nepo baby. Which one way, that's one way of looking at it is, you've been given everything because you're a Nepo baby. He then spun it and said, the expectations on me are way higher than everybody else because I'm a Nepo baby. Yeah. Everybody knows who my uncle is. Everyone knows who my dad is. If I don't live up to those standards, it's way worse for me than someone who's come through the indies and doesn't have that expectation. And I think that's a really good way that it hasn't really been spun by a lot of these second and third generation kids that have come through the WWE before. A lot of them have fallen back on cry, my dad died. I look at me, blah, blah, blah. Not calling out names, Cody Rhodes. But this is the first time I feel like someone has said the expectations are on me because of who I am.
Yeah.
And I now have to live up to that. And if I fail that, that's worse off for me than if I'm Joe Nobody who just becomes a superstar.
Yeah. Careful. That was too close to saying his name. He might appear.
We've hidden him. He's away this time.
He's kind of peeking over.
You could almost
see him.
But I really like that. I love the fact that when, he said to Punk that, you were doing the indies, I was on the field sharing the field with Lamar Jackson, like an MVP of the NFL and stuff. Like,
wild.
This was a really good promo. Punk just smirked and enjoyed it. And I think Punk, this is what Punk wants to do, right? Towards the back end of his career, he wants to build up younger people and put other people over. We saw this, 18 months ago when he first came back to WA. How much time did he want to spend in NXT? He came out on an interview and said, when Sean goes, I'd love to take over.
Yeah.
This is exactly what Punk wants, is to have the younger people take over and to give this to Bron and see Bron excel in this kind of a promo. You could tell Punk was enjoying it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I feel like there's definitely that sort of feeling in the air about this match on Monday Night Raw. And it feels like there's going to be a changing of the guard. The younger generation is going to step up because we'll touch on it more in depth, but the amount of teasing they've done with call-ups to the main roster over the last couple of weeks over this holiday period. You've got Obafemi getting vignettes on Raw. Trick was on Raw. He was on SmackDown and has officially signed there. Jordan Grace got some teasers on SmackDown this week, which I'm pumped about.
Yep.
I think she's well past due for a call-up.
Papa. No, she's not Papa Pump. Mama Pump? Does she call herself Mama Pump?
Probably not anymore. I think that was a TNA/indie thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
I don't think she can do that in the WWE.
She might be able to
anymore.
bring it to the main roster.
Yeah,
Who
maybe.
knows?
But like her going face-to-face with Chelsea, who we'll talk about later, is no longer US champion.
Julia 2 times.
And Jade Cargill, that got me excited because I was like, you can see the height difference. Jade's got a good foot on her in height, but strength-wise, I reckon they're easily matched.
It'd be pretty close. Yeah. And I think that'd be fun. And I think this is what I said with you at the start of the show was that the last couple of weeks has been boring because it's Christmas. They did the pre-tapings. No one, apart from
Everything was spoiled.
Apart from Camilo Hayes winning the US title, which was wild that they did that on a pre-taped episode.
Yeah.
Nothing really happened.
No.
It was all kind of like, we're good for a couple of weeks. We'll sit on everything. We'll see how it goes. And then this New Year's SmackDown hits. And then there's, here's 6 new people. Enjoy all these new people. We're going to shuffle everything up. Yeah. And then we've got this Raw on Netflix debut. The debut, obviously, last year, you had your Punk and Seth Cage match. It was the first show on Netflix. It was wild. It was the big drop that Triple H was in the ring with. It was the massive vignette. Like, it was an absolutely wild time. I don't think it's going to be quite that big.
No, not quite as extravagant, but they, especially after the SmackDown, like this is going to be a huge show. And you see that because we've got the World Championship title match. Becky and Maxine for the Intercontinental Championship Women's tag titles. So hopefully Rio get the win up there. Like, this is going to be a huge show. And I think we're going to see a couple of new champions coming out of it as well.
And I think we'll see some returns as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I think a lot of news from what people have been saying is that it's going to be hard to do the surprise returns at the Royal Rumble because it's in Saudi.
Yeah.
Because you've got to fly people into the country. Everyone's going to know. People will be sitting at the airports, people in hotels.
To be fair, they managed to sneak fucking AJ Styles over to Perth last year and we didn't know. Oh, no, not last year. I can't say that anymore.
The year before.
Yeah.
Look, that's true. I feel like Saudi, though, is going to have more eyes on it.
Yeah.
Especially being the Royal Rumble and being like what it is. People will be looking for it. And it's not like, when Cardona/Zack Ryder had his match in the Your Time Is Now, the Next Time Is Now, whatever, championship, whatever, John Cena's tournament.
Yeah.
They flew him into like Brooklyn and he drove from there to New York and he didn't know that he landed. You're not flying someone to Jordan and then driving across the border to Saudi Arabia. Like, you're flying to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So I think maybe some of the big surprises will be harder to hold.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you're going to get more of them on this Raw. Maybe you'll get a couple show up at the Saturday Night's Main Event the week before. So people that think you're going to get a surprise return of Chris Jericho, maybe he shows up on this Raw.
Yeah.
Maybe Brock Lesnar shows up on this Raw.
Maybe BrockLesnarGuy returns to wrestling because he's retired now, apparently.
No, but I saw Brock Lesnar Guy. We can talk about him for a second.
Yeah. Get it out of the way.
Obviously, look, there are a few people in the wrestling world and wrestling
content world.
Yeah, content world and what's the WWE universe?
Yes.
Sorry. That feel like they're more famous than they are. And Brock Lesnar Guy is one of those dudes that, look, he goes to every wrestling event. He has his shirt. He takes all these photos and stuff. He's interacted with a lot of the wrestlers. Like Becky was quoting him and things in different tweets and Instagram stories. Same as Green Shirt Guy. Trinidad and Tobago guy is another one. So there's like 3 of them that are pretty prominent. They're not superstars, man. You're not retiring from professional wrestling after John Cena did, man. You're not hanging like there was a video that I think he put up on his Instagram where he
like laid the shirt over the chair in the front row and
I guarantee you the second his mate stopped filming, he ran back and grabbed his shirt.
Oh, absolutely.
He wasn't leaving it.
No.
Look, if he is retiring from professional wrestling events, it's probably because he just can't afford it anymore.
Well, I think like that's the crux. I saw today he announced that he's doing Twitch. Yep. So I assume he's just going to become a watch along live streamer sort of thing. So.
Yeah. When Santi's out, we'll be like, get out of my area. Get out of my zone.
Yeah.
That's what Santi and Sancho West do. And
what? I've never actually watched like their conjoined podcasts. I've just seen clips.
No, they're pretty good. I don't mind. And Sancho used to be
Sancho seems like a funny dude.
He was a host of Fortnite. So he used to host their Fortnite events.
So he's
and then
got experience in the
he's been a
entertainment
caster
world.
for a fair while. So he's actually pretty good online.
All right.
But then there's also your mate, Alan.
Alan Owens,
There's
Santi,
Alan, Conman, and who's the
Wheezy
chick?
Blonde.
Wheezy Blonde. So there's a
There
bunch
are a
of
lot of other great female, but she's like kind of the
the
prominent
lead,
one at the moment. She went to her first live AEW show at World's End.
Oh, did you
Like that was her first one.
Yeah, right.
Said she had an absolute blast.
Yeah. So look, I obviously we are wrestling content creators as well ourselves, having a podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube and come chat in our Discord so that we're even more popular than we think we
Discord.
are. So I mean, I'm not griping people for being part of that zeitgeist and being part of that content world, but like the way that Brock Lesnar played out, like he's retiring and stuff, it was a bit on the nose to me.
Bit on the nose. We did mention AEW, so let's quickly chat about that and then head back to Raw.
Yep.
World's End, the second highest buy rate of 2025 for AEW. I think I read it was like 145,000.
150,000 buys, yeah.
Crazy stuff. Brand new AEW World Champion, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, does it again. Joins that illustrious list of two-time champions under the age of 30.
Yeah, crazy.
So I think Bruno Sammartino, Luthez, The Rock, like a bunch of high-profile names in wrestling history were on that list, and now MJF is, and I don't think that he's out of place on that list either.
No, not for what he's done for AEW.
No.
I think he is. I mean, everyone says that Hangman is the main character of AEW, and I feel like yes, he is. But I think that MJF is the new main character. I think everyone
You saw how he tore down Joe, Swerve, and Hangman in that promo on his return.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just like sliced the legs out from underneath them.
Yep. But also like some of the work that Max has done on the mic with Jericho, with Cole, with Punk, with every single person he's ever been in that ring with, he has stood toe to toe with them. And I am so impressed with how much he has improved in the ring to stand toe to toe with everyone. That hour-long match that he had on Dynamite with Ospreay, however long ago, brilliant. The pay-per-view matches he's had, every time he's had to carry, and when he was the double champ with Adam Cole.
Yeah, pulling double duty every pay-per-view as well.
He to me is the main character of what AEW is now. And I think that him getting the title back was what they needed because, look, not like I didn't have a problem with Hangman being their champ, and I didn't have a problem with Joe being another transitional champion because that's what Samoa Joe does. He's a really good transitional champion. He gets it off one person onto somebody else. I really hope Max keeps the title for a while now and builds to a strong story for the rest of this year because he is what AEW needs to build around because he is that anti-WWE guy. He swears, he's cocky, he's an absolute heel shit. Huh?
Well, you said anti-WWE and I immediately went, he's not that anti-WWE.
No,
but like the way he presents himself.
Yeah.
I get you now.
Yeah, he is not what WWE would push as a character.
And that's the really funny thing. Like everyone, I'm sure we are, just like expecting, just waiting for him to make that jump. I really don't know how he's going to go unless WWE drastically change their product and allow a little bit more swearing, like a little more language.
I feel like they're going to have to with this Netflix era. Like everything's getting a bit more edgy. I can't remember. I didn't see the article, but there was an article that said WWE legend is, waits for Maxwell Jacob Friedman to sign with WWE. I think he will. Yeah. But I don't think he will until he's like 40. I think he will run AEW as long as he can and milk Tony Khan dry. For as long as
because he's the highest paid.
Oh, mate.
AEW.
But he could just walk up to Tony and be like, hey, $2 million and I'll do this. And Tony's like, okay. Yeah. Done. Absolutely milk it. Or for all you can, Max, go for it. But then I think towards the end of his career, he's the kind of guy that seems so motivated that he would not leave that thing on the table to say, could I have done it? He 100% will have to tick that box and say, yeah, I did it. Yeah. Because there's just, he's too talented and I think he's too confident in himself as MJF and as Maxwell to not try his hand to actually say, can I go to WWE and do it?
And that's the thing, like, can he do it? Can he make the change and be himself, but a new iteration of himself, reinvent himself to mold himself for the WWE product?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people might doubt that he can actually do that at this stage of his career because he's kind of found his groove a little bit He knows what works and knows what gets people watching for AEW.
Yeah.
And that's what he does. But having him making that jump, making that transition and reinventing himself, I really want to see what happens there. John Moxley.
Yes.
Couple of things we need to talk about with him, because Tony Khan came out and said he was the single AEW talent that made it to every single Dynamite and Collision in 2025.
Wow. Okay.
I had no idea. And I know a lot of those times we were kind of pissed off because he'd be in like the death match and like get taken out like after All in Texas.
Yeah, but he was pretty much dead.
Yeah.
Literally hung out to dry.
The ring, tapping and like gasping for air. And then he's just back on Dynamite 3 days later.
He could have been backstage. You don't have to put him on TV, Tony. But look,
and wrestle a match.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Look, this is real. Look, as much as I don't like sometimes the on-screen character of John Moxley, I can't disrespect the effort that John Moxley has put in.
He's been working banged up for the majority of the year too. And for him to make every Dynamite and Collision is absolutely wild.
Yep. No, completely. And I mean, the fact that he had 2 matches on his card, wins the tournament, puts on a 5-star, according to Dave Meltzer, 5-star match with Kyle Fletcher.
I've heard very good things about
in
that
the tournament. Very good match. Apart from Fletcher being dropped on his head in William Regal.
No, I've got to talk about that because
right.
watching Chris Van Vliet's episode with Kyle Fletcher, dude is a fucking fiend for that sort of shit.
Yeah, he loves it.
Did you see his reactions when he was talking about all the other bumps that he'd done? He's just like, Chris Van Vliet was like, "Why do you do it?" And he was just like, "Because I can."
Yeah, well, he was talking because the one with Ospreay, the Spanish Fly off the cage.
Yeah.
But even you and I went back and we watched some of his matches from PWA because obviously Kyle's Australian and he wrestled in PWA in Sydney, and they put on the match of 2021 with Aussie Open, him and Mark Davis against the Velocities. And watching some of the bumps that he was taking in matches against Robbie Eagles and stuff in a warehouse in Ingleburn, wild. And so seeing Kyle Fletcher be like, yeah, I'm happy to be dropped on my head by John Moxley in front of...
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, of course he
is.
And
it was like, it wasn't even like he tucked at the last moment and landed on his neck. It was like he landed on
his head.
Top of his head and then like crunched.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a 5-star match. Then Moxley goes ahead and beats Okada, wins the tournament.
Wins the Continental Classic.
Takes the...
Unified Championship no longer.
Yeah, I don't understand any of the belts. I don't know how that all works.
I kind of get it now. I don't see why it was brought in to begin with if it was only going to be for someone who unifies the national...
The tournament?
No. I think it's just for someone that unifies the national and continental championships.
International?
Yeah, international.
Because the national title is the one that ripped off NWA that Ricochet has now.
My bad.
Right?
But yeah, like from my understanding, it doesn't have to be in the Continental Classic. But if someone manages to win both the international and the continental, then they are the AEW Unified Champion.
But what if MJF wins the continental title? Is he the unified AEW?
No, it's not the continental champion.
But it's only those 2 belts.
From my understanding, it's only Chris. You're the bigger fan of AEW.
Anybody
you
in the
watch more than we
comments?
do.
Let us know.
Yes, let us know in the comments whether we're right, because that's my understanding of it. Okay. So we won't see the unified belt for probably like a good 6+ months, I reckon.
Sure. It's probably a good thing they need less belts.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, AEW World's End, good show. There was a lot of unnecessary matches on them, like there's always. The 43-person pre-show.
This is why we don't watch the
8-man
pre-show.
tags and that kind of stuff was wild. We need to touch on Mercedes Mone dropping more titles.
Yes. So between our last recordings, she's dropped 3 championships.
Yep.
She lost the Revolve Championship, which I believe consisted of 2 belts, didn't it?
I don't remember. This is the UK one that she lost to Alex Windsor.
Yeah, no, I think that was just the 1 belt because 1 championship that she has is 2 belts.
Okay, right.
But I believe she still got that. So yeah, she lost the Revolve Championship to Alex Windsor, the Ring of Honor TV Championship, the women's version, to Red Velvet, and now on AEW this week, their New Year episode of Dynamite, Willow Nightingale is now your 2-time TBS champion. And I think it's really poetic, the fact that Monet lost it back to the person who she beat for the championship.
Look, one of my issues with the whole Mercedes thing was that the timing that they were trying to tell me the story of her downfall was the same time they were trying to tell me the story of John Moxley's downfall, where they were both, untouchable, the leaders of everything, winning everything, and then they both started to lose at the same time. And I was like, this isn't going to work if you're going to.
Well, it was Texas, all in Texas.
Yeah.
Because Monet didn't beat Tony Storm for the championship.
Moxley dropped
dropped the title to Hangman, and from there it's just been like slow, steady.
But then Moxley is now
falls.
throwing the spanner of winning the Continental Classic, and then
And
now
seemingly turning face now.
kind of.
Well, like he was getting cheers at World's End,
Yeah.
and apparently on Dynamite as well this week. So I think that the promo that he cut after winning the Continental Classic is won over a lot of fans.
Okay.
So we'll see how it plays out. But it's I don't want this to turn into another what if with the Devil and MJF situation.
Sure.
Where you've got that story, something happens, and then you can it.
It just
And
disappears.
don't really capitalize on it. Because there was that story of the Death Riders turning on John Moxley. Because in the lead up to the Continental Classic, he was losing key matches.
Mm-hmm.
And you could see they were getting annoyed with it as well.
Yeah.
So I want to see whether they're just going to spin that as Moxley winning, being babyface, and then they're still going to turn on him.
Well,
I don't
and then
know.
the other side of that is what happens with Mercedes. Does she go back through all of her titles? Does she drop them all until she's got nothing left, and then she becomes a shell of what she was? And then we cheer her to start winning again? Is that the way this is going to play?
I could see her maybe getting another championship on the way while losing all, because she's only got independent promotion championships left.
Yeah.
I feel like there is that story there for Mercedes and Athena in Ring of Honor for that women's championship, because Athena's been champion for over 1,000 days now.
Yeah, someone's got to beat her eventually.
I feel like Monet could be that person, but it's just going to be like a little last gasp. Like she's lost a couple more championships. She gets that. She thinks things are on the mend, and then she starts losing all the other ones as well.
It's an interesting story.
Yeah.
And when someone had, I think, 14 at the top, 14 different titles, that's a lot of different stories you can tell on her going wild when she loses them all.
Yeah. Because I think she's got 8 championships, 9 belts left.
Yeah, okay.
So a little bit more to go, but we'll see how it goes. Let's go back to Raw, talking about championships. The main event of Raw last week. Yeet and Mr. No Yeet, Jimmy and Jay, have stormed back into the tag team division and won the tag team championships off Dragon Lee and AJ Styles.
Yeah, look.
An absolute barn burner of a
It was
match.
a very good match.
I was not overly interested at the start, but they won me over during that match.
Of course
and I
they
was
did.
like, oh my God, this is amazing.
But that's also how these guys wrestle.
Yeah.
And I think,
Back to New Day Classics, mate.
but also
Uso
like when you
Classics.
look at the Uso Classics, the Uso Classics are paint by numbers. They are 10 minutes of working over Jimmy while you wait for a hot tag, or Jay, or whichever way it is.
And it's just like,
Then
bang,
it's a
bang,
bunch
bang,
of super
bang.
kicks, a couple of high spots, someone gets beat down, and then you go home.
Yeah.
And then when you go home, it's super kicks, it's splashes, it's spears, it's everything that you can throw at the kitchen sink until it all finishes. And that last 5 minutes of that match on Monday was just wild. There was the Dragon Lee spot where he got thrown over the announcer's desk. There was the flip bounce into the Styles Clash move.
almost
again.
did it again.
Like, that's kind of the way that the Usos do their matches. And when they can build you to that crescendo and you actually start caring about when they have their comeback with all the super kicks. Like, the double super kick from the Usos to AJ Styles with the phenomenal forearm. Perfect. Absolutely perfectly timed. Looks
Fire.
incredible. When Dragon was bouncing off the ropes and then Jimmy Sue kicked him and kicked his head off.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He just crumpled.
That is what we want to see from the Usos.
Yeah.
When you go back a couple of years to the WrestleMania match, it was just them hitting super kicks on each other. No one cared. It was shit. Because you didn't build to that crescendo. You didn't have that moment.
No,
This match,
it just started from the get-go.
like you said, slow. Didn't really care. We're getting there. Oh, hang on. Hang on.
Hey!
Here we go. And then we yeeted, and it was great.
I popped for them winning too. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know if I wanted them to win this early.
Yeah, I know you were kind of on the fence about whether they change the titles now or like in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah. But I think that this probably, as long as you're now going, all right, the Usos are in the tag division.
Yeah.
We can now do Usos New Day. We can do Usos Creed. We can do Usos, not Judgment Day because JD's out injured. But like you can start
John's
putting
out injured too. We'll touch on that shortly.
Usos War Raiders. Like you can start doing proper tag matches again, and you then good. All right, sweet. Build that division back up because this is almost exactly.
This is the step for that.
Almost exactly what they did with the women's tag division.
Yeah,
it sucked. It wasn't going anywhere.
And then boom.
Then what do? We put 2 single stars in Charlotte and Alexa together, and all of a sudden that division got so much better.
Yeah.
Although Jimmy was never really a single star, Jay was.
I feel like he should have gotten an opportunity.
He should have got the US title.
Yeah, at least get the US title for a little bit.
Yeah, agree.
Missed opportunity.
But look, great match. Good thing for the tag division moving forward.
Yeah. Stephanie Velcro retained in her championship bout on Monday Night Raw as well.
Did you see Nikki Bella?
She looked phenomenal.
She's supposedly...
The colours as well.
She's supposedly dating Cooper DeJean, one of the safeties from the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't know, football guys. That's why she was wearing the Philadelphia Eagles colours.
Nikki Bella's, what?
40. I think 20 years his senior.
Yeah, he's 21.
Wow.
Good on you, Cooper. Go for it, mate.
Reeling it in. Raquel got Nikki Bella with the Tahana bomb, the Chingona bomb, whatever you want to call it. Went to go for the pin. Velcro comes back in the ring, throws Raquel out, gets the 1, 2, 3. Nice little sneaky victory to retain. And Braden was so sure that Nikki Bella was going to win.
Nikki was never winning.
He's never winning.
I think that this furthers the Judgment Day story where Raquel was like, I don't need your help.
Yeah.
Because I think if she had help, she probably wins that. But I think that's the story that they're trying to tell us. I would not be against Raquel getting a world title run at the moment.
I did see someone say that was one of their top predictions for this year. She actually gets a championship run.
I think that would be a fun story to tell, especially if Liv goes for either winning the Rumble or is in the chamber.
Here's a pitch for you.
Okay.
Because this really hinges on how long, and we know that with Judgment Day, they tend to drag these things out for a long time. So it could work. Liv gets the World Heavyweight Championship. Raquel gets Money in the Bank. You know, I know it's 8 months down the track, but they like to drag out tension with the Judgment Day.
And this is kind of like what we have with Tiffany and Nia, where she was protecting her, but then she wasn't. She was waiting for a moment to swipe. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's how Raquel gets her World Heavyweight Championship run.
Yeah.
Oh, it just came to me in a flutter.
I don't think that's bad. My only gripe to that is that Raquel, I don't think, is a baby face. I don't think, and like if she cashes in on a heel Liv, that's a babyface move, and I don't see Raquel getting cheered that way. I see Liv getting cheered that way, the other way around. But yeah, I don't know.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time because we have a September edition of Money in the Bank this year.
It's a long way away.
Crazy to think about. Only other couple of things from Raw before we shift on to other stuff. Penta returned to save Rey Mysterio from a beatdown.
It's the wrong Rey, Triple H. We want Penta tagging with Rey Phoenix. Not Rey Mysterio. It's the wrong one. We want the Lucha Brothers back.
Yeah.
Get it right. I'm sure this is the first step to it, but, you know.
We'll get there. Now the Penta's back.
It's
just a matter of time. By WrestleMania, lock it in.
Oh, can you imagine, like, can you legitimately, if we're just going to do a triple threat match?
Yes.
Usos, New Day, Lucha Brothers.
Oh,
like,
fire.
Just sign me up. And if you really want to make it wild.
El Fuego.
If you really want to make it wild and, like, just go super hard.
TLC match.
Sure. And you add a fourth team. Who would be your fourth pick? Because I know who I want to put in there as the fourth one. Just send that match to the moon.
Send that to the Fraxium.
Yep, Fraxium.
Fraxium.
Just go.
Just send it. Yeah, Penta helps to return Rey Mysterio getting beat down by Logan Paul and Austin Theory, who looked really good in his first official. And
he didn't get Death Rebel.
Match.
I actually quite like that theory.
Look, like I'm not overly fond of the intro.
It started, I was like, what?
Yeah, the intro kind of like once it kicked in, I was like, oh, not too bad.
Yeah.
A lot of people are, I don't know if you're going to like this, a lot of people are saying it's kind of like Linkin Park-esque, and I was like, maybe.
I mean, a little.
Slander Chester's legacy like that.
I also liked that he kept his entrance. Yeah. Like,
it's just a new
it's
spin
still
on it.
Austin Theory. You still know who it is. It's just a different theme. It's a bit of a change to it. I think that's good. It's a good touch for his character growth.
Yeah.
In that he is not a whole new person. He is still Austin Theory. He knew what he was and what he did.
Yep.
He is now improving it, and he's putting himself first. And I like that character development from Austin Theory.
Speaking of character development, Gunther has adopted the "you can't see me" wave,
That was pretty cool.
and he's just taunting everyone. A few times he's done to
Taunting the kid
AJ
doing
Styles.
6'7" in the crowd.
Yeah.
On the house show. That was fun.
Gunther lining up AJ Styles for his future at some point.
Mm-hmm.
We said it last year. Gunther's going on a retirement run this year and retiring a bunch of people.
Gunther is undefeated in 2026.
I would agree.
And
I feel like that's the good
that,
way to capitalize off giving him that rub of retiring John Cena.
To do that, he's not in the Rumble, he's not in the Chamber, and he's not in Money in the Bank.
Okay.
Like I think you can give him a singles match at each of those events to keep him
Against
away
legends.
from it. Yeah.
But literally just do the legend killer gimmick. Don't call it that, but like just do that. He'll just go after those that he feels have overstayed their welcome. AJ's getting there. We got Chris Jericho coming back this year, apparently.
Brock Lesnar's
Lesnar's gearing up. Yeah.
Randy Orton's back on TV.
Get rid of Ray.
The thing that would annoy me is I think that they want to do this legend killer idea and they want to do this Gunther is undefeated thing. But if you put him in the Royal Rumble and he doesn't win it, he lost a match. And then to WWE's like, but it wasn't a one-on-one.
Yeah, they'll just be like, oh, he hasn't lost a singles match. Or he hasn't
it
hasn't been pinned or submitted.
Correct. But then the IWC and all of the nerds like us
we'll remember.
But he lost. He didn't win.
He didn't win the Rumble.
So I kind of feel like you almost have to keep him out of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Gunther's first step of this year, though, was absolutely demolishing R-Truth on Raw.
Which is fair. Ron Cena was put to rest.
Wiped aside. Dominic Mysterio suffered an injury at the AAA show.
Mm-hmm.
So this got touched on a couple different times on Monday Night Raw. They said that they provided an update later in the show, and then we found out that he's out indefinitely, but apparently the feeling is he's only going to be out for 4 years. 4 years.
4 years? Oh my God.
He's done with wrestling. 4 weeks. 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then he should be good to go again.
So he'll come back at the Rumble.
Yeah, so he'll be back for the Rumble. But in his stead, Finn Balor, during the Netflix commercial break, has come out and hinted that he needs to get the Judgment Day back on top.
Mm-hmm.
JD's out. Dom's out. He needs to step up. Because they were in Orlando at that episode of Raw. So he harked back to his NXT days. He used to run NXT when it was here. And he did mention championship gold.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are assuming that it's going to mean he goes back to NXT to get the gold. But I don't know.
I think that makes the most sense. When you look at what they've done already with Oba having all of his vignettes.
Well, yeah.
Trick coming up, Jordan coming up. You got Matt Cardona, who's now signed with SmackDown, not going through the NXT system.
Yeah. Like he needed to anyway.
Who's down in NXT? Like it's like Ricky Saints and Javon Evans, and I don't really care.
I wanted it
Give
to
me
be
Finn Balor versus Javon Evans. Give me Finn Balor and Ricky Saints. Give me Finn Balor and Obafemi, and just see what happens. Because like that,
I think he dethrones Obafemi to get that belt.
Yeah.
And then Oba gets that call up because they're already teasing it. It's just a matter of time. But while he's NXT champion, I don't think they can call him up.
Correct.
Or maybe if it's for a couple of weeks until that championship match, and then Finn Balor gets the belt.
And I'm also okay with them doing that whilst there's no Dom and Finn and JD around, you don't have the men as the Judgment Day. You just have the women as the Judgment Day. And Finn can go away for a while, and then he can beat Oba at Stand and Deliver, and then you can have the Raw after Mania where he comes back up to Raw as the NXT champion. He's like, what have you done to my Judgment Day? I'll be back and I'll fix this. And then you can tell a story because Dom will be there with Liv and Dom will be running everything.
Yeah.
And then that's how you know what? You could even then have Dom versus Finn for the NXT title.
We're just waiting on that feud.
That'd be fun.
We're just waiting on that feud.
Yeah, do it in NXT though.
Yeah.
If you don't want to do it on the main card because there's too many other things happening, Shawn Michaels will do it.
Yeah. He'll rush that storyline for you. Well, rush it to its conclusion. That should have happened in 2025.
Years ago.
Yeah. Let's talk about SmackDown and then finish off with all the news that we've got. So we did touch on earlier that Chelsea Green was defeated by Julia.
Chelsea Green.
We have two.
Can we also just talk about how shit the announcer is for SmackDown? I hate that guy. He's so bad.
Yeah, he's not great. He's not great.
Like, it's just...
I can't even remember his name. That's
so
how not
mid.
great he is.
He's just so mid. It's really disappointing.
Is that his name? Mid Jacobs?
Yes. Mid Jacobs. Jacobson.
Mid Jacobs. Julia defeated Chelsea Green in kind of convincing fashion, I thought. I know there was the point where Chelsea was on top.
After hitting the Rough Rider.
Yeah, had the pin, the visible pin, and then Kiana James was on the apron distracting the referee. And I was at that stage, I was like, Chelsea's losing, isn't she?
Yeah, she's not getting. She got the visible pin. She's losing the match.
Yeah, always happens. Always happens.
I think my phone just fell. I
new
think
iPhone down the drain.
The second run from Julia is going to be way better than the first.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody has been like, "What did you do with Julia? You fumbled her. She's so good." And you
did
gave
you
her
see her post this morning?
No. What did she say?
I can't remember the exact words, but she essentially said, like, if you want to fight, you come to me.
So she's going to do an open challenge.
Yeah. No, I don't know if it's going to be an open challenge, but I feel like they're definitely going to ramp it up with her and her matches. It's just okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Definitely think they're going to ramp up Julia because I feel like she was portrayed better in the ring in this match than she was when she lost the belt.
Yes.
So I feel like they're going to change that dynamic a little bit.
Which, to me, I think is a good sign for WWE going forward.
Yeah.
I think we all know that Papa H is perpetually online and reading everyone's tweets, and he's got 43 different burner accounts where he sees what everyone says. We know he watches this podcast because we've pitched things that have come true. You still haven't sent us our WrestleMania tickets, but it's fine. Like, whenever you want Papa H, the links are in the Discord down there. Come and have a chat to us. Send me a DM.
Yeah.
But I think this is a good thing, right? The internet was mad that Julia wasn't booked properly, that she wasn't shown how good she could be, and they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
So they went, all right, give it to her again.
Here it is again.
And I think that's probably a positive because now that she's going to have a better run with the belt, we've said for a while there's not a lot in that division for her to wrestle against. There's not a lot of good women on SmackDown right now that aren't in the tag division.
I really hope Jordan Grace signs with
Jordan
SmackDown.
Grace goes to SmackDown. Great. We've got some matches coming up there.
Yeah.
Michin, I think, is injured.
Yes, she succumbed to an injury against Jade Cargill at one of the house shows.
Yeah.
Shoulder injury. It looked like what was it? I think it was just a suplex.
Did it? Would it just hurt her?
Yeah, you could see it from one of the angles that got released. She landed directly on her shoulder.
Yeah,
she's coming down.
But
No, it's Falcon's Arrow.
I also feel like there's going to be a shake-up of people early in this year. And we've seen it with all the people coming up from NXT now. Come Rumble season and stuff, people start doing different feuds. I'd like to see Julia have some proper matches against people.
Yeah. Good 10-minute solid matches. So we've got Jordan Grace teasing that she's going to sign with SmackDown. Matt Cardona, I wore this shirt for a reason, making his return to WWE, which kind of throws a spanner in the works for World Series Wrestling, potentially. I feel like...
Well, they put up a post that said, thank you for your indie run 2020 to 2025.
Yeah, that makes it sound like...
I think he's probably off the indies now.
Yeah.
But also, Cardona and Chelsea Green, you've watched both of their interviews with CBV and stuff. They both said that they worked hard to get back to WWE.
Yeah.
And they were released, then they worked hard on the indies and they got back. Chelsea obviously first. I reckon Cardona probably had a chance a couple of years ago to come back and he was like, no, I'm not ready. I still want to, do a few more things, tick a few more boxes.
Yeah.
And now he's always ready. And
I was not always ready for that surprise against Kit Wilson.
Look, first let's talk about that whole segment for a second. Kit Wilson's intro and video.
Fire.
So good.
Great.
Toxic masculinity. Look, I don't know about the character. I think it's fine.
I think it's entertaining.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's all you need to be.
But this is the thing. He has to now be that entertaining heel. It's like, you're all toxic and you all suck. And then he just gets flogged by every person he wrestles. But that was his presentation now is great. I really hope they don't get released because I still do want to see Pretty Deadly the musical at some point, but I'm not holding hopes high for that anymore.
Well, Elton's out injured.
Correct.
I'd say it, but I'm probably going to jinx it. They don't really release people when they're injured, do they? But they have several times. I've gone and done it. I said it.
But when I heard the woo woo woo, I was like, what? And then straight to Always Ready, I was like, good, thank God.
I was very sitting there and I was scrolling on my phone because I was just I wasn't overly interested in what Kit was saying.
Yep.
But the entrance was great, but once he got in the ring and I was just toxic masculinity, yeah, right. And I heard the woo woo, I was like, what the fuck? I had Annie sitting next to me, and even she was like, oh, he's back.
He's that guy.
Yeah, he's back. It was great to have
Take care, spike your hair.
Matt Cardona back. Not Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. He's always ready. Gets his win to kick off WWE return in SmackDown 2026.
I think that's really good for them to bolster that roster and to change it up a little bit. I think it's really nice. I also loved the Sammy promo.
I was like, oh, here we go. He's declaring for the Royal Rumble.
He's declaring for the Royal Rumble. He's declaring he's going to win a world title. It's in Saudi Arabia. Let's do it. Let's tell the story.
He didn't specifically say Royal Rumble, though, did he?
No, he said he wants to win a world championship.
Yeah.
And
the face-off with Cody at the back afterwards, Cody looked fucking annoyed.
Oh,
I'm just waiting for it.
That's the thing. Cody's now got Randy coming after him. He's got Sammy coming after him. He's got Drew coming after him.
Drew just around the corner next week.
Like, I feel this is the point where you got to turn that switch on Cody, that there's two people coming after him. He's got to turn heel.
He's got to do something.
Got to change. He's got to do something, please. But this promo from Sammy was fire. Getting to watch John Cena's last match with his kid, how exciting that was. And that whole... how come you've never had that title? You never had that championship?
How many championships have you had, Baba?
Zero.
I was like, oh, this is absolutely great.
But this is
great way to tee it up.
Ultimate underdog Sami Zayn. Yep. This is how you keep it going. He will be a favourite going into the Royal Rumble. I would love to see him win it. I don't think this year pans out because I think it's Roman still. But
yeah,
I love Sami.
I think he'll be in the final four to get people's hopes up. But I feel like what we pitched now that WrestleMania is in Saudi in next year, 2027. That's Sammy's year. Whether he wins the Rumble next year and goes to Mania and wins, or whether he wins the Chamber, doesn't matter which one. He's winning that championship in WrestleMania next year.
Yep, and this year can be that whole year of him getting close and not getting it, because they told that story versus Gunther for the IC title for 6 months.
Yeah,
with Sammy not quite getting there, and then having to get Master Gable to teach him how to do it, and he finally beats Gunther at Mania to get it. So we've done this story before. It works. That character works for Sammy. Do it again.
Yep, absolutely. He came face to face with SmackDown's other newest signing, Trick Williams.
Well, Trick.
I was getting into it.
The crowd straight on it. Perfect. Yeah. Thank you. Glad you all knew who he was.
You can see why he's gotten the call up now.
Oh, yeah.
He's
former
well past the NXT tenure.
Yes.
And I feel like that testing him with that TNA championship, like that was like the final straw. If he can do this,
how long do you wait before you do a Carmelo versus Trick US
literally the first thing I thought about when they started showing Trick.
Yeah.
Because at that stage, Carmelo had already won because it was the pre-tape there. So.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, Trick didn't call up the... Oh, Trick Carmelo. Now that Carmelo's getting positive reactions.
Yeah, and he's a bit more babyface.
Yeah. His interaction with The Miz backstage, thanking The Miz.
For leaving me alone.
Yeah, for leaving him alone. I love the way he teed that up. He's just like, thank you, man. I wouldn't be in this position without you. Oh, The Miz is just like, oh, someone's actually thanking me.
Yeah, how nice.
Yeah, thank you for leaving me alone.
After Miz got RKO'd. That no one cared about, because we don't want Randy Orton returning against The Miz. We want Randy Orton returning against Cody.
He definitely did not get the pop that he should have with that.
No. I do still that backstage with Randy and he's just staring at the title.
Yeah.
But at least this time
What's he done with Drew? I'm coming. And it was like...
That's the good thing. He actually said, I'm coming for the title. Yeah. It's not just Randy just staring awkwardly. He's like, no, I'm coming for it. Thank you. You've listened to the whole internet being like, when is he finally going to do it?
This is the problem, though. You've got Sammy getting teed up. You've got Randy teeing up now. We've got the 3 stages of hell with Drew and Cody. Yeah. Because he's picked the stipulations. He picked the match type. He's not winning. And it's really depressing because I thought this was genuinely.
It is January.
This was January Drew's time. This was Drew's chance to get that championship.
Look,
and now it's gone because they're teeing other shit up.
But the problem we've got is that WrestleMania, at this time of year, WrestleMania booking starts trumping everything else.
Yeah.
And if people are putting their dollars down and they're saying, we want Cody Rhodes.
Does Randy win the Orton?
Does Randy win the Orton?
The Rumble. Does Randy win the Orton?
Did you have a good time at Reece? I think that the money is coming down that they want Roman Cody 3.
Yeah.
And if that's going to happen, then that means Drew and Sammy and Randy are all on the back burner until that happens.
Well, that's for another 4 months, man.
Yep.
It's depressing.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Because I
don't want to talk about it.
Roman returns to the Rumble. Roman wins the Rumble. Roman picks Cody. Opposite story to what you had last time, where Cody picked Roman. This time Roman picks Cody. There's your main match.
It makes sense, but I'd like to see something different.
So would everybody.
I'd like to see something different. Have Drew win, and then Roman target Drew
And then Drew be
They
like,
had a lot of
the
history.
Bloodline Hunter, they dropped that real quick, didn't they?
They did.
What if
There's
it's
something
Jacob
there.
Fatu that wins the Royal Rumble and he picks Drew?
Stop. You're getting Braden too excited. Too excited. Not much else. I don't even know if you want to talk about the main event from SmackDown.
No, not particularly. I had a second, I was like, what's the main event from SmackDown?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God that's over. Just please be done.
No. They're at 2-2 televised
Don't
matches.
dare. Look,
Hey, Chris spoke it into existence.
it's your fault, Chris, if this happens.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a good match. I don't think it was a good feud for the last 6 months. I don't really care about Aleister Black and Damian Priest. I'm glad that it's over. Battle of the shitback tattoos.
I fucking called Rhea helping Damian
Oh,
Priest.
absolutely, that was happening for
As,
sure.
as soon as it was getting closer to the match, I was like, hey, wait a second. Damian Priest is the main event. Rhea just won her 8 women's tag match on SmackDown with Rio, Alexa, and Charlotte. Rhea's going to help Damian
She's going to
Priest.
take out Zelina. Gotcha. I don't think the match was that good. The problem to me was how much they buried Aleister Black at the finish of this. Razor edge through the windscreen, choke slammed off the top.
He choke pushed more like it.
Correct. But he got destroyed.
Yeah.
And it was
It's
a
been
very
unfortunate.
dominant victory by the Team Undertaker. I just don't see where he goes. I don't care about Damian Priest anymore. I really don't. Like,
No.
Aleister Black at least was new enough that he hadn't had matches with Cody on TV that we'd seen. He hasn't fought with Drew, or he had a little bit before. Like, there was options for Aleister Black. I don't know where Damian goes.
No. Mid card.
Turn him heel?
He's not really a good face to begin with anyway.
No,
Might
he's
as
not.
well.
But like, because he was in Brooklyn and he's from New York, and I don't think that even that crowd cared that much.
No.
The only reason he still gets cheered is because he's the territory with Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. That's it.
Get him to turn on Rhea.
But how?
Oh, just at some point where she like says how good he is, and then he's like, I don't need you anymore, I'm better than you, and then he walks away. Like if you want to turn him heel, the only person to turn him on is on Rhea.
Yeah.
Get rid of the Terror Twins. But I just don't care.
I don't want to waste any more mental capacity thinking or caring about Damian Priest. So let's move on, shall we?
Let's do that.
Let's move on. What have we? NXT. NXT. We haven't talked about the title botch yet.
Okay. We put a TikTok up. Reece did some very good editing on this one. It was a very popular TikTok of ours that Thea Hale went into business for herself. So if you haven't seen it, go check our TikTok and go look at the videos. But it was a couple of weeks ago.
I could have put some like voiceover and some text and stuff, but I just couldn't be fucked.
You just wanted to put it up there. It's fine. We've got to get it out there nice and quickly.
Did bait some people into some spicy reactions
That's the
though.
point. So she hit a really good second rope kind of like coffin
Line
drop.
salt. Oh no, yeah, it wasn't a line salt. It
No, it was a coffin drop, onto Blake Monroe, which clearly winded her.
Yeah,
It
winded
was
Blake.
meant to be a 2 kick out, and she didn't kick out. The referee did his job and counted to 3. Thea Hale won the title, and then I think Shawn Michaels backstage just went, "Holy shit, what do I do now?"
Well, it
God!
was their taping session. Like they were taping like a couple weeks worth of TV.
Yeah, no,
and that was the first section. So they had to rewrite weeks of TV in the matter of hours.
Yep.
If that. Everyone was panicked. The thing coming out about this is a lot of people shitting on the referee, which I really don't like. Because any other time a situation like that happens, the referee should have just counted to 3. That's his job.
What, the Tiffany and Nia one?
Tiffany and Nia won, Damian Priest and Gunther a couple years back. Like, we've had so many instances of it lately where we shit on the referee for not doing their job. And then this is the one time where people shit on the referee for doing their job.
Yeah.
Well, the referee did his job, thank God.
Yeah. And look,
I made it for some nice shocking TV.
It is. And
It got the professional wrestling world talking.
Got people talking about NXT a bit more than they would have before. So
Yeah.
I don't think she went into business for herself. I think it's an unfortunate thing that happened. And
It's clickbait.
You can't blame Blake for it too much, because if she was legitimately winded, if you've ever been like punched or like properly tackled,
Takes it out of you. Takes it out of you.
And 3 seconds can go by real fast.
Yeah.
Like you can get.
Well, you could see like in the clip, she did get her shoulder up, but the ref had counted to 3, and I think it was like a couple milliseconds after that.
Yeah.
The elbow got up. But it is what it is, man.
Yeah.
They're running that back this week.
New Year's Evil.
Yeah, New Year's Evil. So assume Blake will get the title back.
And then
That's
they'll
my
continue
assumption.
with whatever stories they were going to do.
Yeah, because that gives the era a few weeks as champion, and she got to carry that around. And those were real tears, man. She was like
with Joe Hendry.
back to that nonsense. The only other thing on the news lists that we haven't talked about, two things.
Is not Blake Monroe's Instagram account. Because if you're not following that, you're
El
missing out.
Fuego. Ciampa reportedly leaving the WWE as his contract is up early this year.
I don't see why.
Where's he going to go? You say AEW, but I don't think Ciampa's body could hold together with that wrestling style that they do over there.
So my problem with that, and my comp to Ciampa, and it's maybe a bit of a high comp to him, but I'll use it anyway. Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander ran TNA. He was the best in the world for them. He was so good. Now he's doing like 8-man tags on the pre-show of AEW pay-per-views. Like, who cares? Who cares what Josh Alexander's doing now? Why would Ciampa go do that? I don't see it. You've been booking him and Johnny in a good DIY tag team feud with the whole tag team division.
Yeah, they've had the championships multiple times since they've been on the main roster.
Been feuding with Ilya over the US title, being, the jackass and stuff. But like, he's been prominent on TV. He's been getting good spots.
Don't call my favorite wrestler a jackass.
Don't call my wife's friend's husband a jackass. But he's been prominent on TV. I don't see why he wouldn't stay. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I think he just maybe wants to, like, if these reports are true and he's hesitating, he probably just wants to negotiate some finer details.
Yeah, probably. I mean,
maybe get some more benefits.
I also wouldn't be against him dropping back down to NXT. If it's one of those things where it's like, no, I want to spend more time with my kid because, like, his daughter's 5 or 6-ish, like, getting ready for school. And, I want to stop week by week traveling around everywhere. Cool, go back to NXT, do some shootings in Orlando and stuff, travel once every 3 months instead of, every week.
But they do shows every week.
What? NXT? Yeah, in Orlando.
Does Ciampa live in Orlando?
I mean, you probably have a better chance of moving there than not.
But like traveling once a week wouldn't be too bad.
Correct.
Because that eliminates the live circuit as well.
Yeah. I don't see a need for him to leave, but it could just be a negotiating tool where he just wants more money or more prominence, and maybe it's just something that gives him and Johnny another shot at the tag titles and maybe a revitalization of that tag division, because
an actual WrestleMania spot.
Yeah,
unlike the WrestleMania Smackdown,
which was the better match and should have been on WrestleMania, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
and then they fixed that by putting it on SummerSlam, and they're like, oh, by the way, this is the best match of the card.
Absolutely. Hopefully they'll learn their lesson this year.
I think so.
Last bit of news. Congratulations go out to Maxine Dupree. Actual real life confirmed wedding this time, unlike the LA Knight situation that we had a couple of years back.
That was quite funny.
Big congratulations to Maxine and
Anthony Luke.
Yeah, NXT guy. Who had a match against I Show Speed.
Yeah.
That's his claim to fame so
far. From LFG, he was from. Look, this was, I like that Becky is tying all this into this storyline.
It's working so well.
Becky's so good online with all of her stuff with, with Mad Maxine, and she's spending too much time drinking and partying with her friends, where I'm trying to get ready for our championship match.
Like, well, rumor is that Becky's going to be getting that title back.
Yeah.
A lot of people suspect, I'm going to preface it, because Maxine got married, and wrestlers usually take time off after they get married.
Nah, I don't agree with that whatsoever. I reckon Maxine would be like, I'm not having a honeymoon. I'll stay the IC champion for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think AJ Lee costs Becky the match again on Monday. She costed her to
we
drop the
need
title.
to have some sort of story conclusion with that, because it was kind of just like there for the mixed tag match, and
but that's the
there
WrestleMania
was
match.
Nothing.
But the thing was, it was always going to be the WrestleMania match, but it was, how do we have this starting in November when she returned to help Punk? How do you get to April without us getting bored?
I don't get it, because her name's April.
Oh, it's funny. April. That's quite a good one. I think it's just you keep them away.
Yeah.
And you let Becky feud with other people, and then AJ just comes in and pokes the bear. And pokes the bear.
I like that.
Pokes the bear. And then when you have the chamber or something in Chicago where you know she's going to get a big pop, then you can have AJ versus whoever you want.
Someone for a championship, and then Becky.
Yep.
Picks her spot, costs AJ
and
lead.
She costs
and there
AJ
goes
this match.
the bad blood leading to that WrestleMania match.
Correct. Yep. I think that's how it works.
Yeah. All right, about wraps it up for this week.
Well, the only other thing to touch on just before we finish, we haven't seen it yet because it is happening later this afternoon.
Yes, Wrestle Kingdom 20.
Wrestle
Sold
Kingdom.
out 50,000 plus in the Tokyo Dome. Kazuchika Okada retiring Hiroshi Tanahashi.
Yeah, it should be a really fun match. Hopefully Tanahashi's taken all of his vitamins and drank all his water and everything. He can perform for this
Said
match.
his prayers.
It-
I don't have high hopes.
I don't know.
I'm just going to say it. After seeing his performance in the lights out cage match,
He wasn't great.
Okada's got some strong legs and he's going to have to carry that match.
But you've also got Takeshita on there. You've got a whole bunch of...
Takeshita in a winner-take-all match against... it's not Goto.
Do you want me to just look at the card?
Yeah, might as well. Get it up because
I
it
think
was
I
sent in our Discord earlier.
It certainly was because Chris
It's
is
a great
very
poster,
keen.
though.
It is a
The
great
poster's amazing. So much color. I like the way that they've laid it out as well.
Takeshita versus Tsuji, the IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. You've got a Junior Heavyweight Championship match. You've got El Desperado versus Sho versus Ishimori versus Fujita.
Yeah, Kosei Fujita, Team
Robin's
DK
mate.
boy.
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
Maybe
I think
we have
I've clued
scored
onto
that.
something.
Evil versus Aaron Wolf. You've got Gabe Kidd in a 10-man tag. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's happening on this card. I think the important thing to me and what I will be interested to see, and Chris, please tell us in the Discord if and when you watch that, what happens with it. They have said that they're going to be doing a retirement ceremony for Tanahashi after the event. They've already said Ospreay and Omega are going to be there.
I know Willow Nightingale's in Japan as well.
So
She
a
posted a
lot of
photo.
people that have been important into Tanahashi's career and into the New Japan will be at this show.
Oh, absolutely.
Is Shinsuke Nakamura going to be there?
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Like, so many theories going around about them wanting to line up Nakamura for Tanahashi,
Yep.
but them thinking that that would reflect poorly on the business that they do with AEW and damaging that business rapport that they have with those two companies.
Well, you also had on SmackDown, which we kind of glossed over because it didn't really matter, Tamatonga talking and Shinsuke coming up to him.
I wonder if they were just like, oh, you're going to be at Tanahashi's retirement match? Yeah.
Well, no.
That was it.
He essentially called him a bitch and said, I think what Shinsuke
Someone's
said-
translated it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shinsuke said something along the lines of, if you're looking for a title, you'll have to come through me.
But he's not a champion.
Yeah, but like they feuded a lot in New Japan. So they're tying back to what they had in New Japan.
Yeah.
So if you're openly teasing that on SmackDown, would you let them both go back to New Japan just to see Tanahashi?
If they're just part of the crowd and watching, I don't see why not.
Well, if they're part of the retirement thing and they're like, with John Cena.
Shoulder to shoulder with AEW
When
talent,
John
people
Cena
might look at that
retired and everyone was
unfavorably.
around the ring,
Yeah.
if you've got Shinsuke and then you've got Kenny Omega, how does that go down?
But it gets people talking though, which is good.
I'm all for it. I really hope they do.
Yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't.
I mean, pretty excited for our mate Robbie Eagles to go say hi to Tamatonga again. Or Hikuleu.
Yeah.
Or Jeff Cobb.
I got nothing, man. I don't give a shit about
you don't care about the NFTs?
No.
I think
Sorry.
They're going to be
Sorry,
the
don't care.
Wyatts for sure.
They need to get the belts off the Wyatts too. I don't fucking care.
Look, I'm glad that this week is happening. You've got obviously the huge week of New Japan with Wrestle Kingdom and all that happens. You've got AEW finishing up with World's End, and now you've got this massive SmackDown and this Raw with the Stranger Things. We're back now on the road to Royal Rumble. We're back now onto a new year of stories and everything happening, and I'm pretty keen to see where it all goes because, the last couple of weeks of pre-show tapings and 8-man tags and 8-woman tags I just haven't cared for. So let's see what happens, and I think this
Things kicking off hot this year.
Stranger Things Raw, I want to see, I want to see
blood.
I want to see Gaten Kanzara, a little Dustin. I want him to choke slam Bronson Reed.
Who?
Dustin from Stranger Things.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to see him.
I want to see him get tsunami.
Do you reckon they beat down the kids?
Well, they're not kids anymore. They're
I know
adults.
they're not kids. They're all like mid-20s. But like,
Millie Bobby Brown has a child.
yes, she will be there. I'm assuming the others will all be there. If they're doing a big crossover with Stranger Things.
Yeah.
David Harbour's probably going to punch someone, right?
I fucking love that guy. He's so cool.
Yeah.
He's so cool.
The Red Guardian in the Marvels. Yeah, he's great. I'm interested to see what they do and if it's just you know, the ring has like vines.
We're going to have to start
stuff
watching
around
more
it.
AEW in the lead up to Grand Slam Sydney.
Yeah, of course we are. Well, hopefully Osprey's back too in time.
Oh, I hope so.
I really want to see another Osprey match. We were talking to Chevs about it and how good the match with Kyle and stuff was last year, and they're all going. So, if you are Australian, you are going to any of the AEW shows. Make sure you go to check out
Look for his face.
Look for his head. Look
the
for
head.
any of the local wrestlers because they will all be there. I think most of PWA that we were talking to are going to go to both the Sydney and the Brisbane show. Obviously, there's the Queensland.
Are they doing a super show
I
up
haven't
there
seen if they're
again?
doing a super show. Well, because it's on the Sunday. It's the same day.
Yeah.
Maybe they do one on the Saturday, but that would be clashing with AEW if they did.
Yeah.
But a lot of the Queensland guys will be obviously around and they'll do local shows and stuff up there as well.
Yeah.
So go and support the local wrestlers and then go and try and catch this AEW show because we had pretty big FOMO missing out on going to Crown Jewel this year and not seeing that John Cena versus AJ Styles match.
Yeah.
Glad we're not going to have the same problem with AEW.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We like to shit on AEW and their booking decisions sometimes, but Grand Slam Brisbane last year,
Oh, that 3-hour show was great.
fire. Loved it. Had the time of my life.
Merch lines, not so much. Temperature, also not so much.
Hopefully it's a little better in Sydney this year. Thank you, Mr. Dan Danielson, for gracing us with your presence. I've been Ready Reece. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all our social media platforms. And we will see you next time down under the mat. Too sweet.